Hey, what is going on, guys? Paul Jumpers here, back with some more gameplay. The gameplay is not what's important in this video, it's just sort of the background, so I can kind of talk to you guys about the main topic of this video, which is what is it like being married, being an older person, and playing Hypixel, which is, I'm assuming, a community of mainly younger people. I've never met anyone on Hypixel who was married, or anyone who was closer to my age. I'm 24 years old, and yeah, that's kind of unusual for me that no one I know is older. The oldest people I know are like 19 and 20 years old, and some of them are in college, but no one I know really is at the same point in life where I am. And that was really just, that was shocking to me. When I started to get into Hypixel, it was because of wanting to stream and make videos, and I'll talk about that in a second. But everyone I had seen play Hypixel on YouTube were people like Doc M77, people from Hermitcraft, Preston Plays, Unspeakable Gaming, people like Pat and Jen from popular MMOs. Like, those are the people who I'd see play Hypixel, and they're all, like, you know, adults. Like, they're in the age range I am or older. And so I just assumed maybe that's what it was like, because if you guys don't know, survival Minecraft and playing, like, creative or streaming on Twitch is dominated by people my age or older. Most of them have kids or families, and I just assumed that it would be the same way on Hypixel. I've never played a game where I was the oldest person and I stick out like a sore thumb. So people ask me how old I am, and like it sucks. Like, it's a awkward question for me because it makes me feel completely isolated from the core group of people who play, and nobody wants to like stick out for being different. But why I say it sucks is because I've never ever gotten a positive response for being an older person who plays this game. I've never had someone be like, oh yeah, dude, that's pretty chill, you know, that's interesting that you still play, or yo, dude, I bet I would play video games for however long, you know? It's never been something where I've said how old I was married, and the majority of the time, the reaction is, oh my gosh, you're a no-life loser, or something like that, and it makes the whole thing somewhat unenjoyable to reveal that sort of, I guess, like, information. Which is strange, because if you do go onto YouTube or streaming or Twitch, like I said, it's 90% dominant by people who are older people who play games or have families or have children or are married, and that was the majority of the people that I'd seen, so just kind of thought it would translate over. But why those people, I don't think, get any hate for it is because they have like 100,000 subscribers, or they have millions of followers, and their reasoning behind playing games is not simply just because they also enjoy it. It's because it's like their job, or they make money from it, or sometimes it's even just generally assumed that these people don't even enjoy the game, and eventually it's going to get to the point where they're like, guys, I'm just no longer enjoying Minecraft, I just can't force myself to play it anymore for these videos. And for me, I love Hypixel. I love Minecraft. It's like actually one of my favorite games. I play Blitz survival games probably at least once a day if I can, and I really enjoy the game. It's something that I genuinely love. It's not fake, and my passion for the game is extremely high. My passion for people is extremely high. My passion for talking to kids in like the youth ages around like middle school to high school, that's extremely high for me, and that was the reason why I started doing YouTube in the first place. I decided to go back to YouTube when I was about 20, I think I was 22 or 23, and my wife Haley was working all the time. She'd work these like 10-hour days, and I worked from home, so I was constantly alone at home by myself, and I decided I wanted to kind of make a difference. I wanted to like do something important, or do something that actually like made me feel good, because the majority of the time when I was just by myself at home, I would feel kind of alone, just like waiting for her to get back home. And so I decided to start streaming and doing live streaming, because when I was in around like 7th to 11th grade, I would watch YouTube videos, and it wasn't really as common to stream back then, but I did watch some streamers, and I would always get to talk to these people who were older than me, and I always enjoyed that experience. Like, a lot of times I would get home from school, and the first thing I would do would check to see if someone was live streaming, someone who I'd watch all the time, and these guys would talk to me when I'd post messages in the chat, and they'd talk about real life experiences, things that my parents wouldn't talk to me about, things my friends wouldn't talk to me about. They would talk to me about things like, and other people, they talk about like depression, anxiety, relationships, what college was going to be like, drugs, alcohol, things like that, things that I needed to know, things I needed to talk to someone about, and no one else would. So I'd get to talk to all these older guys who would stream games like Halo or Call of Duty, and that experience was some of the most positive experiences I've still had my entire life, getting to have these people do something entertaining that I enjoyed and loved, like Call of Duty, and then have them talk about real things like relationships with girls or addiction to drugs or things like that, things that, somehow related to my life. And that was really powerful. So I was going to try to do that myself. And those of you who have been with me for a very long time know that I've never shied away from talking to people about these issues, and I let people message me on Discord. That has stopped because it became too much for me, but I used to talk to people all the time. I'd say, if you guys want to talk to me, you guys can talk to me, and I would actually spend quite a bit of time talking to people over Discord about things like their depression or what was going on in their lives or something like that. And I had to eventually stop, because one thing that nobody knows about me, something I've never told anybody from my YouTube channel or my YouTube friends, nobody knows that I actually have very bad OCD. And some people, it's such an unknown thing that people don't really understand what OCD is like, and I've always shied away from talking about it because it is really misunderstood. It has sort of like this funny thing attached to it. Most people hear about OCD and think of like a show like Monk, where someone has to have like their shirt tucked in and they have to have such clean apartment and all these things. That's not my experience with OCD at all. My OCD got really bad a couple of years back, and for me, it is very much like the word says. It's obsessive. It's very obsessive in nature. I can't stop thinking about things that are irrational, things that are stupid, things that would drive anyone mad. Like, it gives me quite a bit of a headache, almost like a migraine, thinking about things that I know are stupid and dumb, and I just can't quite turn them off. It's like when you really have a song stuck in your head and you just can't get rid of it, but like on steroids. Things that I know are just dumb to be thinking about, stupid stuff. Like, I'll check the same things over and over and over again, and I can't go to sleep most of the time because I'm thinking about things. And that obsessive behavior is the very worst part of my day. It's terrible. It's actually very, I'll use the word painful. It's extremely painful to be constantly thinking, and I'm not going to get into the very seriousness of it because it's much worse than it sounds, because I don't want to get into the more negative and darker side of it in this video, just because that wasn't really the whole point of it. But anyway, when you are focused on something else that is distracting, the symptoms of OCD kind of disperse. If you're solely focused on something other than the obsession, then it starts to fade away. So I used to do things in my life that would help me distract myself from the OCD or the obsessing over things. And the first thing I used to do is I'd play a lot of poker online, and I'd play up to I used to play up to 20 different tables at once. I'd have 20 tables all minimized to very small size, and I would just play over 20. I could play up to, I'd play thousands of hands an hour, and the distraction was there. It was awesome. I'd feel so relaxed, so calmed, and for a lot of people, they did not get that experience. The same thing is very true for me when I play Minecraft, like a game like this. I sometimes put earplugs in. I will either listen to really relaxing music, like 432 hertz, and I'll just focus on the game. I tell people I'm going to go play, relax, and play some video games, and for most people, I don't think that video games are very relaxing, but to me, putting all my mental focus on something else is what is extremely relaxing, and I love it. It's extremely liberating, freeing, and the relaxing feeling of it is insane. It's why I enjoy it, and it doesn't actually frustrate me either. The intensity of it or competition, that's what makes it so nice. So anyway, guys, somewhat weird, somewhat a different sort of topic, but I really felt like talking about this and just kind of freeing myself up, because I don't know, I've been thinking about this quite a bit. I guess it makes sense that I'd be kind of thinking about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am going to try and live stream this Friday, And I know that I used to talk to people over Discord, and I don't really respond to my Discord messages anymore. But what I was thinking was on my live streams, if you guys want to talk about some things that I mentioned in this video that are more serious, that were not exactly child friendly or whatever, hit me up in the live stream. I would love to talk to you guys about things going on in your lives or whatever. So this Friday, if you can be there, I'd love to see you there. Thanks once again for watching. Peace out.